going on?
Mr. Tardy.
I know. I was up in this boy completely lost track of time. I was getting into this game and I looked down like, oh shit.
It's all good. It's been an interesting one so far, yeah. Mahomes is hurt.
Yeah, especially with my homes going down.
Yeah. Went over here just picking out my gray hairs waiting for you. It's getting bad over here, man. 25, and it's just like losing the hair. It's turning white. Don't know what to do anymore.
Dog.
You
You
don't
have
look
to
like you have that problem. And you're like, what, 45?
whoa. Calm down now.
You're
Calm
doing good, though.
down here. Calm down. Respect your elders.
You got any gray hair? I never noticed that on you. You look like you're doing pretty
I
well.
have like the one or two that are like set up in here a
Oh, yeah.
little,
You got
but
to give it a
that's
little.
about it. No, not many. I don't got too many gray hairs rolling around,
Yeah,
thankfully.
man. You You're
But
blessed. I'm gonna say 1 in 3 dudes get like hair loss and shit. You look like you're doing pretty well for yourself.
yeah, I mean, this hairline go back every once in a while, but
Does
other
it?
than that, I'm good,
Was it
man.
lower like when you were younger, like 10 years ago? Did you, if you look at pictures, like dude, when I look at pictures like 3 years ago, I'm like, damn, like it's bad. I hate it. It's
When I
starting to
look
get.
at pictures, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm hanging on. I'm doing. I mean, especially understanding the fact that like my dad like was bald in like his 20s.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so like the fact
You,
that I still got a full head of hair and everything, I'm holding on. I'm pretty good.
well, you know what's weird though? I don't know if it's like just a tall tale, but like they always say it's like the mother's, like your mother's dad is like where you get your
Yeah.
hair. I don't know if that's true, but I've always heard that.
I mean, if it is, my grandpa still has hair on his head, so
So there you go. You're doing well.
I'm straight. I'm be good. But
Yeah.
bruh, can we start with the situation that happened in Alabama with the fucking basketball player?
Okay, tell me what happened because I like heard briefly about this, but I don't like what's going
So
down.
the dude, and he literally, I think, like the guy played like 2 days before, like
Oh,
played
didn't
a
he
game.
kill someone? Was that what happened?
Yes, he went.
Damn.
And because this girl did not want to go and holler at him, or not, I shouldn't say didn't want to holler at him, but didn't want to like respond to his advances of like him trying to holler at her, he goes and shoots her.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Like, I don't, the male ego, especially I think when it comes to like certain athletes, they get like this very overzealous type of like attitude where I feel like they think that they can just do whatever, but like, or no one can like deny your advances, but like you gonna kill somebody because they don't want to talk to you.
I know, man. It's fucked. And like, I'm sure it's different for every situation, but for me, it's like that starts at home. Like, who was your male role model in your life that like made you think like it's okay to treat people that way? I don't know. Like that's so
But
wild to me.
why does it have to go to that extreme to where you like, fuck that, I'm about to go shoot you?
Oh, I agree. That's well, there's clearly something probably mentally wrong with that guy to fucking do
Like
something
that
like that.
has like you can't go from like you just like no one ever told you no in your life.
Exactly.
It's gotta be one of the most like ridiculous, crazy things I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
it's
fucked up.
like it is, it's fucking crazy, bro. This shit is fucking crazy.
This was this like a week ago?
Yes, and then I think the woman had a kid too. Like
It's very sad, man. It's a fucking sick world.
it is really ridiculous. I mean, God, the fact that to be a woman it's probably got to be very fucking dangerous.
Dude, you know what's funny is one of my favorite stand-up comedians, he always makes that joke. He's like, the most dangerous thing historically to women is men. Like that's just like statistically a fact. Like our biggest thing is fucking like heart disease, just our own fucking heart like collapsing. But it's true. It's like their biggest threat is like that everywhere they go when they're in public, they have to worry about rape, kidnap, like sexual exploitation, like through sex trafficking. Like it's like just talking to my friends that are women and telling me when I'm in a dark parking lot, like I hold my keys between my fingers and shit like that, and I have to have it's like that's something as a male, like that never even registers to me when I'm walking at night. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like I'm cool. Like that's
Right.
it's a different world.
It is a really different world. So, Jesus, to the guys that are out there, like, chill out.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think that's a one off. I don't want to say a one off situation. I'm sure it
that's not a
happens.
one-off
But you
situation.
think that
Now,
happens a lot?
I guarantee. I don't want to say get to the point to where like somebody gonna shoot you, but I guarantee there have been situations, and I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
we've heard stories about this shit where a girl denies a guy's advances or whatever, and he either gets physical with her, starts talking shit about her, stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
that's not that maybe to that extreme where somebody shoots her. It's but I guarantee it's not like it has happened plenty of times where like I shouldn't say plenty, but yeah, it probably has happened
I'm
plenty of
sure it
times
has
where
too. Yeah.
guys get denied their advances by a woman, and then they get in their fucking feelings. They get their feelings hurt, and now they want to go do harm to this woman.
And ego is a terrible thing, man. She's fucking
So whatever it is, like
yeah. Figure it out, man. Everyone gets
that's
denied once in a while. It's all good.
ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it's fucked. Poor girl. Pray for her son, and I mean that's very unfortunate.
So
Very
fucking crazy.
unfortunate. Yeah. Where do you
And
want to
yeah,
go, man? You want to start with the playoffs? You want to
we
start
gotta
with?
talk about what like, bro. I turned that fucking San Diego game.
Oh,
I turned it off.
wild,
I
wild.
turned it off, and then I looked at my phone, and I was like they were up by 27, bro.
I know, man. Yep. It was
And they
fucking bizarre.
I literally turned the game off, and then I looked back at my phone. I was like, "What?" And I had to turn it back. Had to turn the game back on. But I'm like, this game is over with. They're not coming back.
Well, what's weird is like that's probably the worst start I've seen a quarterback have like in a playoff debut ever. And I was like, holy shit, this is over. Like you said, I
3 picks
think it
in
was
the first
four.
half. Was it 4 picks in the first half?
Four and three were all by what's his name, Junior. Fuck. One guy got three, but I think they had four total in the first half. It was just like
Yeah.
craziness, man. Absolute debauchery.
Oh, Asante Samuel Jr.
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, that game. I mean, it was a hell of a fucking comeback, and the Chargers coach, like
I know.
th- that has to be one of the largest
Oh, for sure.
playoff blunders outside of like that what Atlanta let New England pull off in the fucking Super Bowl. But
Yeah, I mean, well, I think they ended with 30, right? So they had 3 points in the second half. I mean, it was
yeah,
31-30, I think was the final score.
right.
Terrible. Terrible. I think I
In the
texted you
second
during the first half, bro, Lawrence is like losing it. And you said something like, it's not the
man,
same in playoffs. So me and you were both on the
I
same page. Like, that was just,
think we both thought that they were going to win.
yeah. Yeah. I
We
saw
both thought
some
they were gonna
millionaire
win.
put on DraftKings like
Yeah,
1.5. Did
with
you
the
see that?
mattress Mac or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my
All to
God.
win $11,000 though.
Yeah, it was like 11,000 is what he was going to win. And then,
Yeah,
can you imagine if
but
he put that on the fucking Jags?
did you see? You said what?
Can you imagine if he would have put that on the Jags?
Man,
That would have been like a
great,
lifetime payout. Yeah.
great. Yeah, that was a hell of a fucking game. I just do you think that like the Chargers coach is going to stay in place? What is it, Stanley? Staley?
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Was this his first year as the coach?
No, he's been there, if I'm not mistaken, since Herbert has been there.
The last Chargers coach I remember was he's black. I forget his name. Was it Anthony? What the hell was his name? Something
No,
Jack.
it's the was it Glenn? Was it Aaron Glenn?
Was it? If I saw him, I would know him.
No, it wasn't Glenn. But no, this is not Staley's first year as a coach.
Yeah, Staley. Okay. Yeah.
He's been there for at least like I want to say 2 or 3 years.
It says this is a 4 days ago. Coach Staley and general manager Tom Teleso are both returning in 2023. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if that warrants him being fired. They still had a pretty you know, I'm not I'm going to take that back. I don't know if I'm going to say they had a decent season. We both had pretty high expectations for that squad going into the year. Granted, they're in one of the toughest divisions in football, but
Yeah.
they didn't do what I thought they would do. I was expecting them to be like a top 4, 5 team, and they were good, but I would say they were like borderline top 10. I don't know if I'd put them like where I thought they'd be. Herbert
Didn't think.
looked like he took a step. I don't want to say a step back, but just he didn't look as
No,
good as
I
he
don't
did
think
last
they took
year.
a step back. I think it was more so for me. I don't think the defense was as formidable as we were anticipating it to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? When you have somebody like Bosa on the team, you got Asante Samuel in
Khalil
the
Mack, Derwin James, yeah, they got
like that defense should be humming, and the fact that it's not, I think that for me was I think the offense was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because who they got in the back? They got like Eckler,
Eckler, I got
got Allen, you got
Keenan Allen.
um what's the other tight receiver? Uh
Oh yeah, Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, yeah. Like so you would think
I
they
mean,
would
but they couldn't move that ball in the second half of that game. I'll tell you that. That was
I mean
crazy.
real talk, I mean the Jazz got a dog ass defense. They really
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Pretty solid at it. You just to give up 20 to give up like what they give 23 points in the second half and you only scored three, like
That was
I don't know.
terrible.
It
It was
was.
terrible.
Yeah. So what the game? I called you was questioning me on my Giants call, but I
Yeah,
called
you did, bro. I'm gonna give you that. That I did not expect it at all.
I
Not at
called it.
all.
That Minnesota defense is trash. I didn't think
Epic
they was gonna show
collapse.
up like that, but like because Daniel Jones was out there looking like
That's the best game I've seen him play for sure.
both of his best. They said both of his pass, both of the best passing games that he's had has been against Minnesota
Mm.
in the Giants or in the Lions. Those are the only games he's ever had like a 300 passing game.
I know. That's why I haven't had like a thing for him, bro. I'm like every time I look at his box score, he's got like 160 passing yards, and I'm like, he's a game manager, but he balled out. He played great.
Oh yeah, he did. Like Saquon, like they just and the
Was
pressure
that
that they
their
on
postseason
Wilson,
debut? Have they gotten to the postseason since those two have been there? I
I
think
think
that
that
may
may
have
have been his postseason debut. Yep, yep.
it's impressive.
So yeah, I felt good. I called that one.
Yeah, you
I was like,
did. I wasn't
I was gonna
expecting
say
that.
something like I told you, but I
Yeah. And then the Bucks. I mean, that's the happiest I've ever been to be wrong, but they got fucking slaughtered, bro. Like that was
well,
terrible.
I just think it really showed just one how old they are and how dismantled that O line is. Because Brady did not look comfortable all night. He just in that those small short it just wasn't working. Like
Hmm.
you have to find a way to get the ball over the top, and it was the first time I've ever seen him at the start of the game look like he was nervous.
Yeah, they didn't look good at
Like
all.
he couldn't feel like he didn't settle into the game. It just didn't look good.
Yeah, all around. I mean, their O line is just given way too much pressure to the point where Brady has to do like 2 yard dump passes into the flat. He's like he rarely looked downfield. He had a nice ball to Julio down the sideline. I think he caught it for a touchdown. But other than
Yeah,
that, like they didn't even like move the ball. That was pretty
it was a
terrible.
dominant performance by the Cowboys. Now it's like, can they go to San Francisco against Brock Purdy in that deep? I just
I don't see it happening, bro.
they're definitely not going to play like that again. Like they get against it. Like San Francisco defense is a completely different monster. Like Joey Bosa
Yeah.
is is a different guy. So
What's
and
the
then plus
what do you think about Brady though? Is he gonna retire? You think he goes to another team? He's not staying there. There's no way.
no, because they have too much to do to make that team competitive. Like they could probably win a division again, kind of similar to this year, but it's just there's not enough to make that team competitive. I, I mean, maybe he goes to the Raiders. I don't know.
That's a weird one too, though, right? Like you got a full team, and all you need is a quarterback. Do you go all in on a quarterback who's the greatest ever, but he's very old? Like there's no way you probably are going to get more than 2 years out of this man. And the last that we've seen him, if we're being honest, he didn't look good this year. Like he like this is the first year. I've always been like a Brady critic or whatever, but like this is the first year he actually looked bad. I mean, last year he led the league in passing. Good argument he could have been MVP. I just did not think he looked good at all this year. So like, do you risk that when all you need? Like, are you going for someone younger that you can build around, or are you going to risk everything for a 45-year-old that's definitely just a short-term solution if you don't even know that he can take you there at this point?
Yeah, I don't know, man, because I mean, like if it's like a situation where he gonna go to Vegas, do it because they're ready to win now, right? And I mean, we're talking about him not looking good, and he still threw for what, damn near 4,000 yards.
Yeah, It was just
So
the eye test, though, man. When you watched him, I just swear he looked different this year, and maybe that's the team. Maybe it was, but
that O line, you got that O line was ass.
it was.
I mean, they had. I don't think they had. They barely had two starters on that O line. They had a bunch of replacements. It just didn't. They didn't look good. So yeah, I mean, I think, but if he can, if like, I think Vegas could be a good spot for him to go to. Um, I know that people have talked about him potentially going to San Francisco. I don't, maybe.
I wouldn't do. So that's what I'm saying. Like a situation
I
like
don't know
that.
how this, like they're solid. Like they don't need him, and you know what I mean.
No, exactly. They're a verge. They're on verge of being a dynasty. I feel sound like a broken
Yeah, so
record
I don't
saying
know. I
that,
would
but
keep if I'm listening. I'm sitting sturdy, and then now, granted, going into next year, it's going to be a thing. Like whoever shows that they can take over this
right.
team, quarterback, like they're going. The quarterback room is going to be real spicy next year
I
in San
know
Francisco.
it's exciting. Yeah.
Like your boy Lance is going to really have to come in and show. I mean, granted,
Yep.
he probably did that during his past off season, but after Purdy just kind of put on what he's been putting on these last couple of weeks, and if he like legit, if he leads them to the Super Bowl, bro,
Exactly. Exactly.
they
This is
won't
very
want to take that job from him.
exactly. These next couple weeks and games are crucial for that, right? Now, if they lose this week, even if he plays well, then I think there's more of a conversation of like what's going to happen, you know. But like you said, if he balls and they like make it to the Super Bowl, like that's gonna be very tough for Trey Lance to come in and compete with.
Yeah,
So,
like he. So we'll see. This next year it's gonna be real fun in San Francisco. That quarterback room is gonna be real tight.
but it's weird because I mean Brady and Rodgers both. It's like I have no idea what's gonna happen with either of
Yeah. So
them.
like,
You know,
I mean, granted, so like, do you think he's leaving?
Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I
Where do
don't.
you anticipate he's gonna go?
That is the $1 million question because that man is one of the like biggest enigmas in all of sports history. Like I have no clue what that dude's thinking
Well,
ever.
and then two, real talk. I shout out to Gronk
What do you do?
because did you hear what he said? His response into what Rogers was talking about on the Pat McAfee show, I think it
Mm-mm,
was.
mm-mm.
So they were asking him, like, this year wasn't that great of a year. Where do you think you want to go? Do you think that you can get back to playing at a high level again? He was like, yeah, I think I can, win another MVP. I can play at
Oh,
another
I
level.
yeah,
And Gronk was like, what about winning the Super Bowl?
exactly. Who gives a fuck?
Like, I'd rather have a Super Bowl than have an MVP.
I heard that quote. I didn't hear what Gronk's retort was, and I kind of looked at it sideways for a second, then just kept scrolling. But like, I thought the same thing, man. Like, that's where your mind's at right now, bro. Like,
Like, very selfish. And he's been acting like that the last couple of years too. Very selfish.
yep, yep.
So if I think about where I could see Rodgers going, um, be very interesting. I know you'll probably be pissed, but if Sean Payton ends up somewhere, I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be too far behind.
Yeah, I could see that. I did hear some more reports today. You never know what's true and what's not. That like he wants an astronomical amount of money, and that must be why he left the Saints, is because he wants like I guess the contract he's seeking right now for wherever he goes is supposed to be like crazy high. So it'll be interesting to see if a team's willing to give him that. But I agree with you. I could see them wanting to work together. The question is where though. You know, like whether it's with Peyton or not. Like where would Rodgers go? Because he wants to be in a winning situation. That's clear. So it's not going to be a rebuild. And it's almost the same thing as Brady, right? Same situation where it's like, what team is a quarterback away, but is willing to bring in a dude that is not the long term solution for your team? He's probably got like 2 to 3 years, maybe. You know, how old
I
is
mean,
Rodgers?
I have a team. He's like 39. I have a team,
Okay, let's hear it.
and it's in the division.
The Bears, Minnesota. Interesting.
Kirk Cousins really isn't the answer, and I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah, for a
Biggest, I
long
mean,
time he's been good enough to like not you know
fuck it.
be shipped out. Yeah,
Yeah. But it's like maybe it's time to just move on from that. You bring in Rodgers, and now, granted, you'll need some pieces on the defensive end, but I think you can get that addressed. But
Yeah, I mean, if Rodgers is still the Rodgers we knew a couple years ago, like him with Justin Jefferson and fucking Dalvin Cook, yeah, that'd be pretty scary.
you got Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Hawkinson.
Yeah, that'd be a squad. Their D's
That's a
really
fucking
good.
pack.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. They have got good D personnel. I know that they choke, but like they've got some good pieces there. If they can like, I don't know if it's a coordinator thing or what, but I still like a lot of those pieces on that D.
Yeah, they
So I
do
don't,
that. They got to figure it out. The defense is, yeah,
maybe it's a secondary thing because I mean they got decent linebackers. I mean, what's his
they
name?
do.
Everson Griffin's a fucking beast.
Yeah, I mean, granted, not he's old, but you still got Patrick Peterson that's over
Mhm.
there. He's a little bit, he's much older and stuff like that. But I mean, they got some players, so
Yeah, yeah. That's
I don't
that's
know.
an interesting team, and it's in the division. I don't think that would bother him playing there, being the Green Bay so fucking cold and whatever. Like it's basically the
Like,
same thing.
playing door.
He's familiar with the division. That's a good take. I like that. And then what? Would they trade him
I
Kirk
think maybe
to
just like try to just trade him.
Hmm,
Try to trade him like just Green Bay would have to probably sweeten him from Minnesota.
right.
Like, look, well, I shouldn't say that. That's probably the opposite way. Like, if Green Minnesota would have to sweeten it for Green Bay, like they had to give them some picks or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be down for that. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. What do you think the Brady thing is though? Do you think that's for him? It's San Francisco as a front runner, Vegas maybe? Do you think those are the actual teams that what
I,
Miami?
Miami could be a possibility, but also too, like I don't know if he needs to go to Miami. I mean, granted, he'd be in Florida, it'd be warm weather and everything like that, so it's an option. But then like they're shipping out Tua to what's next. So yeah, Miami could be a fucking spot. It could be a place, and that team would be look pretty fucking solid too with Brady in there. Much younger, solid defense. It's just to make the thing is like can Brady consistently get the ball down the
That's
field?
exactly what I'm wondering, Mo. Is like is he the
I
same
mean,
guy that we think he is, you know? Because like I mean, if
what
I'm Tyreek and I'm like, if he can't get the ball on the field anymore, then what the fuck? Like, there's no point in bringing this guy in. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I mean, also too with Tyreek, it's not like the ball doesn't always have to go down the field. Like you just get him the ball
Yeah,
once,
yeah,
and we know he'll take that. He'll take it. He'll handle the rest.
right.
Uh, yeah, I think that would be the only question. Is just like, can they fit an offense around Brady and what he does, but still trying to highlight those assets of players that they have. So,
Indeed.
uh, what other games?
That's all that's been played so far. What do
The
you think of?
Bills played
Oh yeah, yeah.
that game, which was surprisingly tight.
The Bills and the Bengals did not impress me. Neither of them did. Like they just looked very
No,
shaky. So, I mean, I'm excited to watch them play. But now both of them, I'm like, ooh, like they
what the
both look
thing
kind of
with the Bills is that like you just like you would expect Josh Allen to just play better, bro. Like you're one of the top three best quarterbacks in the league, and he has not been playing well. He like puts the ball in places that you're like, bro, what are you doing?
exactly. Yeah.
And he's too good for that.
What is your prediction on that? I'm excited as hell for that game, but
The game will be it's gonna be a dog ass game. I don't. Well, we talked about this already. I think I said that I was going with the Bengals
you did.
when we did our prediction. I was going to go
Did
with the
their
Bengals.
performance last week scare you at all, though? I mean, I know the Bills also didn't look good, but I didn't. You beat neither of those teams really impressed me in their
Yeah.
wins.
But I would say the reason why I would pick the Bill or pick the Bengals is because I trust their defense. The Bills defense without Von Miller, it looks very pedestrian.
Yep.
Like
I
they get any quarterback pressure.
yeah,
And
you're not
so it'd be
wrong.
interesting to see if they can get quarterback pressure on Burrow, understanding that like granted Cincinnati probably doesn't have the greatest O line, but
No, they don't.
yeah.
That'll be an interesting matchup, man. I mean, Cincinnati's got a very good defensive line. So to see how that, affects Allen and how he plays will be interesting. On the
Yeah.
other side of the ball, I'm not worried about Burrow though. I don't know, like that dude is just so composed that it doesn't worry me, even though the Bills have such a good secondary. I don't know. Just watching both of them play that way, I was just not expecting. I thought they were going to steamroll Baltimore by at least like 2 touchdowns, like at least. And I was like, yeah,
I didn't think that was going to happen just because one, it's a division part, it's a division, so like those games are always going to be tough. Um, and we got to, I mean, Baltimore has a pretty good ass defense too. Um, and real had Huntley not turned that ball over in the on the goal line,
yeah, that changed a lot.
that completely changed the game. Because I think they talked about it. They said that shifted from the Bengals having a 30% chance to winning the game to after that play they had like a 70% chance to win the game just
Yeah,
after that.
yeah.
Like, so shit got tight, but I think um now that they're playing against a team that I think they have a little bit more confidence with. And I will say, I thought that this game was going to be at a neutral site. I didn't know that they were going to allow for Buffalo to host this game. I
Hmm.
don't like that. I think that that's unfair to Cincinnati.
What was the records?
I think they had like even records if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, Bengals were 12-4 and the Bills were 13-3.
Mm,
But you remember,
yeah,
like Cincinnati was winning that game.
yeah. It was early though.
Yeah, but I think to give the Bills home court or home field advantage, like this, the game definitely should have been played at a neutral site.
Damn, I didn't even realize that they just didn't make that game up, huh? So they just gave each of them 16 games for the season.
Yeah, I mean it made sense. I don't think they needed to make the game up. It
Yeah.
wasn't that necessary, but they needed to make this game at a neutral site, whether it's like at Cleveland or if you come to Detroit
Hmm.
or you go to Atlanta, something. But you can't play that game in Buffalo. Like that's not fair. It's just not fair.
These teams are hot though, man. Cincinnati's won 8 in a row. Buffalo's won 12 or 7 in a row. That's pretty crazy. That's
Yeah.
pretty fucking
So
crazy.
we'll
Buffalo's
have to.
given up the second fewest points. That D, man. Fuck. It'll be good. So what's your prediction?
Told you, going with the
Sticking
Bengals.
with sticking with Bengals?
Bengals.
I might
Now,
be with you, man, for some reason after that, even though the Bengals almost choked that one away. Like I don't remember what I picked when we picked last week, but I feel like at this point I think the Bengals. Yeah.
pick the Bills. Um, and now we got to talk about the Cowboys. They destroyed the Bucks, but I'm surprised the kicker made it on the plane
That was
because
wild, dude.
those are 4 straight extra points.
Did you see the players on the sideline just like talking to each other and they were like, he missed another one? Like it was just crazy. Everyone was like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
They're like
It's a lonely world being a kicker.
four, 4 straight though.
That's
I
terrible.
was talking to somebody. I'm like, I wouldn't have let him in that locker
I
room.
know.
Stay out
He'd
on
only
the
missed
field.
2 all season too.
I
Like
don't
that's
know what he
crazy.
was going on, but like you don't come into the locker room, bro. Stay out on the field and you figure this shit out. You and the long snapper and the holder, y'all all figure this shit out.
Right. Yeah, man. Absolutely nuts. And it's like right now you can't make a change. Like you just started the postseason. You want to bring a new kicker in. Like that's
Well,
crazy.
they had another kicker at their
Did they?
practice. Yes, they had
Wow.
another kicker in practice. And they reported that he had made like I think he went like 4 for 4 in the field goals, and then the kicker that they had come in went like 3 for 4. But they just the only thing is that they don't know what they didn't report what the distance was for any of the kicks. But
I would roll with them. I mean, it's scary, but it's like I would just instill faith and I'm like, we still believe in you, even though I don't fucking believe in that dude. That's
I
fucking
mean,
crazy.
you already started to pull at his
Yeah, they went. Yeah,
because you brought in another kicker, so his confidence is already probably fucking shot. Unless he's like unless he's somebody that is super competitive, right? That was like, fuck this, I'm not about to lose my job.
you would
Otherwise,
hope.
here you've already shown that you don't have confidence in him. You brought in another fucking kicker.
Yeah, but can he blame them for that? You just missed 4 fucking field goals in a row. So to your point, you
I
should be
mean,
ultra competitive right now. Like I'm winning my job back.
he
I'm not
can.
gonna be pissed at the team because I missed 4 fucking extra points. Like
I mean, maybe he can because he can be like, listen, bro, like if this was just a blip. Like you said, he only missed two all fucking season. So
mhm.
like he's shown the work, but this is a time where that's you can't you this that can't happen.
No, no, it
Like
cannot.
people that probably don't even miss four extra points all season. Just probably kickers that don't even miss any in the playoffs, but to miss four in one game,
Yeah, they had said that
that's why
according
they
to
can just
like,
start going.
yeah, bro. ESPN stats and information said that's like the first time it's ever happened since stats have been recorded, like in NFL history. That's fucking
I mean,
crazy.
well, I don't think anybody has ever seen. I mean, we had it.
No. Now, granted, up until what, like 5 years ago, PATs were from the 1 yard line. So that you got to consider that. But still, that's terrible.
They from like what the 10,
I don't know where they are. Yeah, something like that. It's like less than a
not
30
that
yarder.
far.
But
So
I'm
it's
just
like,
saying, like before, it was like that's why they moved it because it was just so easy. Like, you know what I mean? So
right, but it still should be easy, bro.
it should. You should never miss 4 in
Like,
a row.
no, like I'll even give them two.
Exactly. And I don't even think we would even be talking about it. No one would if you would have missed two,
Right.
and like that would have been,
Okay, it's embarrassing, but you're getting it figured out.
yeah.
Or it's just crazy, bro. But yeah, that Dallas game, Dak looked solid.
Running backs
They
looked solid. Their D looked great.
yeah, they were just all over the place. Now it's just like, can they put up that same performance in San Francisco? What do you think
Doubt
about
it.
that game?
I doubt it. I think San Francisco's defense is on a fucking another level. They're the best D in the league. They gave up the fewest points. Um, and I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Dallas's D is also fantastic, but like San Francisco has so many weapons that are just interchangeable and they can do so much with. Like, I don't like that. That's one of those teams where I don't even know how you scheme for them. Like there's just so much
I
going
think the
on.
biggest thing right now is just like you got to figure out, okay, we have to find a way to get Purdy uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Like that's what it has to come down to. Like you have to get him in a spot where they can. So can they get enough pressure on him to where he's not going to be comfortable doing, getting the ball to their playmakers.
Hmm. Hmm.
How they
So
do that, I don't
QB
know.
pressure is the main thing, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
for sure. I mean, but I mean, they got Trent Williams and shit. Like they have a solid ass fucking line as
They
well.
do.
So it's not going to be hard. And who they got Jusek as a fullback. Like they got a dog ass line. So to think that they're just going to be able to come in like they're going to think they have to come up with some pretty like exotic blitzes to try to see if they can figure out that. But
Yeah, like Mika Parsons got to be a star.
yeah, he
Um,
for sure. But I think if they try to start to like bring a lot of blitzes, I think they're going to get killed in the run game.
yeah, yeah, because that jeopardizes a lot or exposes a lot. If you get past that front line. I say San Francisco by at least 10 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't think it's gonna be that many. I think I'll give it between like the five, like five. I'll give it 5 or 6.
Do you think it'd be pretty
Uh,
close?
I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think just the defense, San Francisco defense, is gonna be the difference for me. I think they'll be able to start to get to Dak, and Dak is gonna start to
Yeah,
force shit.
I'm expecting Dak to have like 2 picks or something like that, and
Exactly.
yeah,
That's what I'm. Like, Bosa's gonna get rolling, and it's just gonna be yeah. So that's what I'm going with.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
about the Giants and Eagles? Can the Giants
Grant,
do it again?
no, I don't think so. I mean, I was just wrong last week, but it's just hard for me to believe like I'm going to see Daniel Jones do that 2 times in a row because I think he needs to for them to win that game. I think he needs to have like 300 plus yards, complete 70% of his passes, probably throw no picks, and have at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. And I don't see him doing that. So
That secondary ain't gonna allow that shit. I think that's one of the probably the more underrated units in NFL is the Eagles defense.
oh yeah, no one talks about it,
That
but I mean they
dude,
fly around.
bro, Fletcher, Slay, and Gardner, like those dudes, like they're or Fletcher Cox. I mean, like those dudes. That's a dog ass
Yeah, they
unit,
fly
bro.
around.
You're too good. I think biggest question I think we all know is like how Jada's gonna handle that first time getting hit to the ground and falling on that shoulder. Like how is he gonna react to that, or how his
Mm-hmm.
body's gonna react? But if he's able to come in and play his game, this I think this is gonna be a blowout.
Like 2, 3 touchdowns. What do you think?
I would have. I'm going to guess like 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
I really think this will be a
Yeah, I'm gonna
blowout.
go 14 points. I don't think it'll be close. We will see though. I would hope for the sake of just, entertainment that it's close, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean,
Any
this
other games that we're missing?
Chiefs game is getting kind of tight.
Mahomes is back in, I saw, right?
Yeah, he looks like he's back and playing, but the Jags just scored, so 2017. I think the Chiefs are still kind of pull it off though.
Yeah, I mean, what do we got? 12 minutes left. You would think that the championship experience would prevail, but we'll see. Man, Travis Kelce, dude, he's up there now, man. I've got like him right there with Gronk, and I know you probably got Tony Gonzalez up there just for like the longevity and the stats purposes, but like, I mean, for me, it's like him and Gronk. Like, I don't take your pick, man. Like either of them. Like,
Yeah,
it's
he's a straight up beast. Like, and it's like the thing is with Kelsey is that it's not like he's not super fast or
just
anything like that.
agile.
He's just yeah, and he can just get to his spots. And he just always finds those areas to get open. Like he just knows how to
Mm-hmm.
make himself available to get the ball.
Yep.
So
Smooth with it
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Speaking of greatest tight ends of all time, did you see Shannon Sharp and John Morant's dad? Fucking, that was crazy, dude. That's fucking wild. That's so cool.
What did you hear what Shannon said afterwards?
Yeah, he's such a Shannon's a gangster, bro. Like, he doesn't
He
fucking
said,
play.
I ain't got nothing. Listen, Shannon go tell it like it is. Like they was talking shit. I
Yeah.
told him he was too little to grow up. He said, fuck me. I said, fuck you. He was like, they don't want this.
How
But
tall is Shannon?
shit.
Like
Yeah, I
probably,
think he like 6'5", 6'6", like
which is
Shannon.
crazy because he looks so small out there because all the NBA dudes are so fucking
Right, but
tall.
they
But like,
all like and then here comes Steven Adams, big ass rolling through. I'm like, holy shit. Like Shannon, I
yeah,
don't know, that's a big motherfucker now. Like
yeah,
I don't know
man,
if you want to talk to it.
yeah,
But that was that. And then I guess they later on him and T kind of hugged and made up or whatever. But
yeah. That was wild. Hmm.
that was and Shannon did look like he was a little drunk in that picture in them
Yeah,
video.
he
It
was
looked like he was
styling with
happy.
that blue sweater. I was like,
That,
okay,
yeah,
Unc.
the sweater was clean. I give it to him. That was hilarious though.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I've been thinking, man, I'm like doing the math in my head. Like, if LeBron stays healthy, I'm like, I'm gonna fuck around and buy like a random Lakers ticket for like next month at the end of the month and just drive out there and like just hope that it's like the fucking day that he
That he breaks it.
that'd
But
be
I think
crazy,
they were
man.
saying that they're anticipating because what is he like 2 something away? I think it is. So
I
they're
mean, it's gonna be at least
anticipating.
like 8 to 10 games, probably, I'd say. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. If he stays on this on the scoring that he's been, so I think they're anticipating like a game against Golden State. I think
Damn, dude, that'd be so cool. That would be one of the greatest like sports moments in history to witness live, bro. That'd be crazy. There's gonna be so many celebrities at that game.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so they're anticipating like 11. The game against at the Warriors and it's on ABC, or they got a game against the Bucks on TNT and that's in LA. So they're anticipating like one of those 2 games is gonna happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be pretty cool to witness. That's gonna be star studded.
It is. That's gonna be. I get you. I guarantee he gonna do his damn just to try to make that shit happen in LA against the Bucks. Just
Yeah,
so that way he
definitely.
that he did it on the home court.
Yeah, and that was the big thing. I because I knew he was gonna do it this year, so I started looking for tickets for when he was gonna be at Phoenix and was just gonna buy them. Just was like on the off chance, but when I was looking, I noticed that all these games are in LA towards this part of the season for him, and I was like, oh, they fucking front loaded all these LA games. They want him to break it back in LA for sure. I think that
Yeah,
was kind of
yeah.
intentional.
And then AD is supposed to be coming back, I think, sometime this upcoming week.
Okay.
And I think they are what 4 games
Hmm.
under 500. So with AD back, can they understand that like other teams above them got some injuries going on, like Phoenix,
Right, and they're not that far
Minnesota?
out of contention, you know. I mean,
They're a game back out of 10th place.
yeah. So I mean, it's very
So can they
possible.
can they can they make can they make a run to get at least into the play-in? But the question: do you think that they're going to make any moves before the trade deadline?
I'm sure they'll do
Like, it,
something, but
and then the other question is it worth it?
yeah, right. Because if they start to click, and like I almost at this point, it's like you finally found a way to make Russ productive. Like I don't know if you'd want to fuck with that. Like he's been pretty decent off the bench for them.
Mm-hmm. Schroeder has starting to look like he's catching his groove.
Could
But the
never
question,
argue with them getting more shooting, but other than
yeah,
that,
but it's like how do you get shoot? How do you get shooting and get like cheap shooting?
yeah, exactly. And
Like
I
how do
don't know,
you?
like
Like I feel
without
like
giving up much.
do you go get like one of those random guys out of Miami,
Yeah, but it's just their D
like
is like not even that
Bruce?
good anyways, you know? So I'm like thinking like I don't really think there's much you
Shit,
can give up there.
at this point, it don't fucking the D ain't gonna be good regardless. So like,
Yeah.
at the very least, can we at least get better and help to spread this shit out on offense?
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't see them making noise in the postseason, but it's definitely possible for them to make the
I
play
don't
in. Or
I don't anticipate them to make. I'd be very surprised if the Lakers make the playoffs.
does that
Very.
include? Would it surprise you if they made the play in?
No, that wouldn't surprise me if they made the play in. I think they can get like that 10th or ninth, but I don't think that they will make it out of that though.
Do you like the play in? You think that's cool that they made that the
I
official
think it's a
thing?
cool little format. It's giving teams a chance to kind of, compete and everything. I just think that it does suck. So let's say you're like the 7th seed, you lose that first game, and then you end up messing around losing the second game, and now you're out of playoffs, and you're like, well, fuck, my record was good enough to make it into the playoffs, so why am I not playing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it's negative and positive, but I mean,
It's
I guess that's
entertaining.
just it's entertainment, and it just brings more money into the league as far as playing. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. uh, Yeah, but and then KD's down.
Yes, he is.
I think the Nets won a game yesterday, but now they've what won one. They've won one game in their last 6. Like this,
How long is he out for?
they were saying at least like a month.
Ooh. I mean, I'm not worried about them just because they've proven what they are going to do when they're healthy. So I don't anticipate that drastically changing that, even if they go on a little cold streak here. I think as long as he gets back in time for them to kind of stabilize before the playoffs, they'll be okay.
You would think that though, like this would be a time where Ben Simmons can really kind of like show his work,
Flourish.
and he has not done that.
I don't think he's just that
At
dude
all.
mentally, man. I don't.
It's just even like just but he doesn't. It doesn't seem like he's just like the same player of just going in and attacking.
I know, dude. And that started his last year in Philly, honestly. I
It
mean,
started that in that damn series against Atlanta.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
don't know what it is. Like he just doesn't like at least you can get him every once in a while. He'll just take the ball off the rim and just take it coast to coast and go to the rim. But like you don't even see him that happening with him that much.
No. Do you think it's a confidence thing? Like he's still trying to get back in his his groove, like from his
I
injury?
don't I don't know, but like these games since KD is, I think he's maybe averaging like 7 points.
Like,
Like
that's no good. We need
come on, bro.
at least like 15 from him. I mean, that's
Come on. You know what I mean? Like granted, I know that KD is an offense in himself, but like bro, he's not there. You manned up on somebody. You should be able to get past whoever's guarding you. And it don't need it to be a jump shot or whatever, but you got to get a great like for shooting only 4 shots a game. I'd rather him go down, trying to get to the basket, he creating contact, creating some fouls, and hell, it may not be the pretty thing, but like attack, and at least give me like 8 to 10 shots a game.
Yeah.
At least I know that you're being out there and you playing and you're being aggressive. So, because if I'd rather go down with him being aggressive than him being timid and not showing that confidence in himself.
Yeah. No, I'm totally with you. I don't know. I hope he figures it out. Like it would be they'd be a force to be reckoned with if they can get back to what they were when Katie was healthy and Ben Simmons was giving you like 15 to 20 a game. Like they'd be fucking they'd be a tough
Yeah,
team to beat.
they would be, but bro, the Celtics just look like they're gonna run away
They
with
do
the
right
title.
now. They do right now.
They, I mean,
But that's what's so
that's
weird about this
crazy.
fucking league, man. I thought that about the Nets like a month ago. Like I was like, they look fucking good, bro. Like they
They,
like,
but the thing with me with the Nets, I thought that they would be okay, but like they just thin as hell.
yeah.
They're so thin, and like the moment Nick Claxton goes out,
Hmm.
like they have no. I mean, KD, like you have KD, but KD's super thin. Ben Simmons, I mean, fucking foul. I think he may lead the league in fouls. Like, but like they just get so small, and
Who's
they
your
and like
who's your MVP right now though? Is Tatum up there?
yeah, Tatum definitely is up there. You got to put fucking Jokic up there. That dude has just been going
I
crazy.
know, man.
You have to put Luca up there as well. For me, I think for me, my MVP would probably be Tatum. I think he's definitely taking his game to another level.
I was gonna say because I was saying that last postseason, and you were like, not yet. So are we ready to claim him a top five player in the league right now? No, damn. All right.
He's just not.
Wow, Mo, an
Well,
MVP who's not a top. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, I guess it's happened before because I never thought Russ was a top five player and he won it. But
Like, come on, like you telling me you can't name 5 players better than that you think are better than Jason Tatum?
everyone's got their own opinions. But
Okay, so I'm gonna give you something. Do you think Giannis is better than Tatum?
yeah, but I think Tatum is better than Jokic.
Okay, do you think KD is better than Tatum?
That's a tough one now, man. They're close, but yeah, I'm gonna say KD.
Do you think Doncic is better than Tatum?
Yes, and then I'm probably putting Tatum.
Do you think Embiid is better than Tatum?
I don't know. That one's tough. That is that five right there with those because that's literally my five right there. So
No, that was 4, but like
well,
in
including Tatum there, that's five, and
include
that's
Tatum, that would be 5. Like I just don't know. Like for me, yeah, KD, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Doncic. I didn't even talk
yeah,
about Curry. I didn't even mention Curry.
that's tough too. You're right. Yeah,
So like, is
he's top 10 for
he's
sure.
right? He's on the cusp,
Yeah,
right? Like he's 5B. He's there. I think he. I wouldn't say. I'm not saying that he's
he's
definitely a
just not
top
an
10.
absolute. Yeah, I got you.
I
Yeah,
just solidly put him in that top 5.
no, I get you. I get you. I'm putting him
So
there, but
yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody will argue with you if you do put him in there. But for me, I don't think I could solidly put Tatum in the top 5.
and it's always weird too though because we do this a lot with offense, right? Because it's different for Katie now. I've always said that since Katie went to Golden State, he's actually really stepped up his D. Like he's a really
He
good
has
defender
got,
now.
yeah, he's got much better.
We're like both just like Luca is just there, and that's based solely on offense. Like Luke, like Tatum is on another level defensively. You know what I mean?
He
Like
has got much better defensively. Um, but I think it also too when we look at Lucas because like you got to look at the fucking like that dude. He has his usage rate is the highest out of anybody in the league.
hmm
So the load that he has to carry for that fucking team is
it's
just
crazy. Yeah, he doesn't have a Jalen
ridiculous.
Brown to yeah.
Right. He has Brown, he has Grant, he has Smart, you got Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. You
Is
got
their
Al
center
so like
still there? Uh,
Robert Williams.
yeah,
He's still there. He was just recovering off of a
I like him
off
a
of
lot.
coming back from his injury. Yeah, no, he's a really good fit for that team. But I just question like when if you were to swap out Tatum and Doncic,
Holy shit, bro, that'd be crazy.
like I, I I don't know if Dallas would still be like they're what are they
Yeah, like I
ranked
don't
above
think
500?
Tatum's not putting up Luka numbers if you swap those and he was in Dallas. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
you.
compared to like if Luca went to the West End, his usage wouldn't be as high, but like I feel like they would be still a really good. Like they'd probably still be leading the league as far as like record wise.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So
I hope he
yeah,
gets
I
that
mean
at some point in his career, man. Like he deserves that
yeah, yeah,
chance to complete.
yeah. He just because whoever I get like I honestly this is I think they're gonna lose in the first round.
Yeah, I do too. The Mavs, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like he's just gonna be gassed by the end of the season, and then he just doesn't have enough help. Like Spencer Dinwiddie is just not enough.
No,
Like Christian
it was
Wood,
crazy what he did last year. That was insane. Like I could
yeah,
not believe that they did that.
yeah.
You know,
I don't know how he did that either, but
talking about the
yeah.
Suns too. A fucking fall off. Have you ever seen one, bro?
But nobody's fucking healthy. Everybody's injured. Chris Paul out.
Yeah, Devin Booker. Yeah,
Booker's done out. Like I don't know what the hell they're doing with Jay Crowder. They got to figure a way to ship him somewhere and get something in return for it. So
hmm
like all their starters are gone. They just got Cam Johnson back. Like they're injured. They're injured all over the place. Now,
yeah.
granted, once they get these guys back, I think they'll be able to catch their flow. They only 2 games under 500, but like you said, bruh, they have been on a very precipitous fall.
They have. They have. It's been sad to watch. You think Chris Paul's nearing the end? This is probably his last year or coming up to
It
it.
needs to be coming soon.
Yeah.
It needs to be coming soon for sure.
Yeah. Poor guy.
And the Pistons are holding
Yeah.
on to their chances to in the Victor Wembanyama.
Big Wemby. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. But enough basketball. We got to real quick before we wrap up. The
Yes.
UFC, bro. Holy fuck. That was crazy. I did not expect that bomb to go off. And then just seeing that, I was like, I thought for sure, like I really was at the point I was like, Jon Jones is never fighting again. Like I was like, we've been hearing this for
You
two
did. You said
years,
that.
like
You said that. And then next thing you know, he's fighting.
for the title.
That part.
Like, holy shit, man. That's crazy.
So because I saw something where they're saying like Francis is um gonna be going over what is it, the PFL? Is
Oh,
that
I
what it's
didn't
called?
hear this yet. I didn't know.
Yeah, I think that I saw something where like he potentially is going to try to sign a nice ass contract with the PFL.
Okay.
Is that what it's called? The PFL? Is that what
Premier
it's
Fight
called?
League, that's a league, yeah.
Yeah,
Surprising to me
yeah.
though. I would think he should just go try to box someone and make a fuck ton of money. You know, he deserves it. Like
I
go
mean,
try to, you know,
that's real. That is. I mean, that's true.
that's what he
Yeah,
should do. But I mean, do whatever you want, big homie. Like you that dude can he's the king. But
yeah.
I was just shocked. And from both sides, because when I heard Dana talk about it, Dana was like, "We offered him a contract to make him the highest paid heavyweight in history, more than Brock Lesnar, more than anyone," and he denied it. So, I mean, hearing that, it's like, okay, I mean, that's I guess, but we all know that UFC fighters don't get paid a lot. So, also,
And
what
they
does
get paid.
what does that mean? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, especially compared to like, I mean, this is with any type of viewership, right? Like they just don't get paid anything, even though they're the ones that people are coming to see. But like at the end of the day, Dana knows that like I put this shit together, so
hmm hmm
like he gives these opportunities for these players to make this type of money.
hmm
Uh, I think he's just probably looking for more of a pride, more of a purse out of
Yeah,
these fights that he's put that Ngannou is fighting and stuff like that. But
I would love to
I
see like
I
him
just
versus
couldn't
Wilder or
believe
something. That'd be crazy.
that would be crazy.
That would be
That
nuts, dude. That'd be much watched TV. Like you can take my
for
money.
sure.
Like
Just hand it over, like just.
yeah, yeah.
But um, for Jon Jones to come back and be able to fight, I know if I'm a fucking heavyweight and you let Jon Jones come back and fight for the fucking, I would be fucking lit.
Yeah, I would too.
Like, how the fuck you gonna give him this?
Yeah, I
Let's
totally
say you
agree.
a top 3 fighter and he just jumps right in and
Yeah, I'm totally with you.
oh, oh
But I also completely understand from the UFC's position
oh
why
yeah,
they
he's
do it.
gonna
Like,
bring fucking money.
yeah, like this is gonna be a crazy fight, man. Cyril Gane is a
Yeah,
fucking beast. So it's like Who I don't even know, man. I'm probably favoring Cyril Gane though, just because of the layoff and how old John is,
I
and like
mean,
he's never fought at
how long has
that
he
weight.
away? What has it been?
Three
Two and a half
years,
years? Ago?
like 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah. Granted, I'm sure he's been training the whole time, but still, like it.
Yeah, but it's not. You're not fighting though. Like it's a different. Like you got to get some live action going.
And he's fighting 50 pounds heavier than he's ever fought. Like we don't know what that's gonna look like, you know.
Yeah,
So
true that. Yeah, that's
what
real.
what do you think?
So I would probably favor Cyril as well. I mean, that's a long fucking layoff, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if this
Granted,
was
we
John 2 years
we know who
ago,
like yeah, for sure. So do you know like who he's like been sparring with and everything at
no, I
all?
think he's out in Phoenix, is what I've heard. He moved from Albuquerque out
Okay,
to Phoenix.
okay,
But I don't know who he's been sparring with or what his camp is looking like. It's coming up. It's in like March. There's not much time until this is
yeah, it's
gonna
coming
happen.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming fast. It
Um,
is.
but yeah, I have no idea. It'll be very interesting to see. And that's what's crazy. There's been no real footage on him. Like no one really know. I mean, he posts on Instagram. He looks huge, but it's like I don't. This is just crazy. Like we haven't seen this dude in fucking 3 years, and he's about to just come back, fight for the title. I mean, that is definitely what I'm most looking forward to see more than this Volkanovski Makachev fight, more than the Izzy rematch, like or the Kamaru. Like that's all cool, but this fight is like the one that I have to
Yeah,
watch. Like I'll pay for it if I have to. Like that's gonna be
yeah,
crazy, dude. Yeah.
yeah. It's gonna be a dog ass game. I mean, just
And
because you want to see what he's gonna look like.
what's weird is what Dana said. I think is that he signed an 8 fight deal. I'm like an 8 fight
Oh, did
deal.
he?
An 8 fight deal. This dude's almost like 40 years old. Like, holy shit, dude.
How
That's a lot of
long is the
fights.
deal for?
I think it's just by fights. I don't think there's like a
Oh, so it's not like a time limit on
yeah, it's
like
just
you
a
have to have
eight
these
fight
eight
contract.
fights in like 3 years or something like that.
Maybe there is. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think so though. I think it's just like yeah, I don't know.
Hmm,
But that's a lot of fights. It's like
that
holy
is.
shit. I mean, if I'm
So
John,
who
I'm just taking that fight, and if I win, I'm probably peacing out. But that's me. I don't know. He's a different dude. So
so who you got tonight in the fight?
I don't know. It's Glover, right? Versus
Yeah, Teixeira and Hill, and then what is it, Figueroa and
oh
Marino,
yeah,
their
yeah,
fourth
yeah.
time
That's like their
fighting.
fourth time. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gilbert Burns is fighting.
Oh, it looks like this Jamahal Hill is favored. Hmm. I don't know. I never heard of that guy. But Glover's old, man. So I mean, I don't.
He's 40 fucking years
Is he the
old.
champ right now?
Yeah.
Or neither of them the champ? I don't think either of them are. This is for a vacant. That's weird.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, but it is a title fight. I think Brandon Marino is gonna win. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I don't really know any of these other fighters.
Oh,
Hmm.
that Jamal Hill, he fights out of Grand Rapids. I bet you my cousin may know this guy.
Yeah, you have to ask him. That's cool.
Yeah, I think my cousin may know the dude.
That's pretty dope. Nice.
That
Well, I'm
is
voting
pretty
for him
dope.
then.
Yeah.
Shout out. All right,
So
man. Well, we'll have to have like a boxing episode coming up here soon because we're kind of out of time today. But I know Tank and Ryan signed the contract April 15th, so
yeah,
we'll have to break that one
yeah.
down next week. We'll obviously go the next round of playoffs and take it from there, my man.
Alrighty, bro.
All right, man.